Aguero was right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the picture in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
And you mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Woo! Good afternoon, my friends. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy hump day. Yeah, man. So today we're just gonna kick it, hang out. Honestly, because I had some time to kill today. And I've got stuff to do this evening, but at 4:00, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be recording a podcast with Rebecca Lavoie's husband. I'm not sure if she's going to be joining us, but we're going to be doing an SVU podcast that he has, which is pretty cool. I'm actually really excited about that. So I'm going to be recording that. And in the meantime, we're just going to hang out, kick it, see what happens. And I'm really, really interested to see if because my plan is basically we're just gonna go over because I know I see you. We're gonna go over some BLT stuff. Because apparently BLT is going to be discussing Turtle Boy's witness intimation charges. Now, these intimation charges we know are bogus, but apparently BLT has a different view on this. So it's really important that we hear BLT's take on the intimation charges that are taking place. Because, I mean, we know that this statute that was used, this law that was weaponized against Aiden, is designed basically just to take someone's free speech away when it's convenient. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why it would be what it would be designed to do. I think somebody powerful was intimated at some point, and so they created this law that was very broad. So what's up? What's up, Jimmy? I keep dropping these little nuggets in Jimmy's chat. I'm having so much fun with Jimmy lately. Jimmy's the best. I'm not even gonna highlight that comment. So much fun. But yes, never forget, okay, that, you know, picketing and demanding that the government hold the right people accountable for a crime that they're wrongly accusing someone else of is not intimation. It just simply isn't intimation. Okay. So am I. Like with Jimmy, it's always a fucking crack up fest, bro. Like with Jimmy, it's always a crack up fest. Dude, and hold on. You know what we're gonna do in the meantime? Like, just I gotta play Jimmy's intro from this morning because that shit was chef's kiss, my friend. Absolutely. It was absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Okay, 1 hour ago. Perfect. All right. This fucking guy. All right, here we go. And stop what you're doing right now. Go give Jimmy a like. Make sure to subscribe to Jimmy, Auntie Deb, as if you're not already. Oh, wait. It helps with sound.
I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
He doesn't know what to do with tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
All over my face. Good morning.
Are those the real lyrics to that theme song? Isn't that Frasier? And I never actually watched an episode of Frasier. I never cared. Are those the actual lyrics? Because if so, brilliant.
Good morning. Hello.
They are the actual lyrics. Wow.
It's not harsh.
All over my face.
Oh, the eclipse. Dude, I saw some crazy shooting stars last night. Because it was a new moon, too. It was a new moon, too. So the sky was dark.
Okay, Jimmy. Yeah. Sorry. We need to get to the intro. I love you, Jimmy, but I just want the intro. We just want the intro.
Class. I'll give Shay. He's not. It's a way.
While I do this, this gives you guys a chance.
Challenge.
While I do this gives you the opportunity. Is it back here? No, it's not. It's over here. Okay. While I do this, just give you the chance to go subscribe to Jimmy if you're not already, and make sure to like the video, which is right here. Joanna Marie, my homie, member for 8 months, was so nice to see Clubber the other day. Oh yeah, he's awesome. Now he's sleeping. We had a good walk today, so he's kind of beat. He's tired.
Take some rest. Matt, you know.
All right, here we go.
Dramatic gay bitch. Yeah, I clock in quick. Coffee in hand. That's my gossip sidekick. Class 213 already got the 411. So check that attitude before you step in here, huh?
Okay, that's what I'm kind of getting at. We don't need that here. Okay, you're really having a lot of people hang on stuff around me, and they look up to Sean. They look up to Sean. Sean served our country. I respect that. He's a DA agent. He was in 35 or 34 years as an officer and an agent. You know, but you got to make sure. You got to do better. You got to do better. And I wish I had the opportunity to talk to him on the phone. I said it on Twitter today. Sean, you know, it must be a slow day. Let's talk like men. You have my number. Give me a call. He's too busy. You know, he's too busy. I'm on a stream, and then I got to stream after that. He's a big YouTuber now. I got to stream and then stream, and I can stream after that. So Sean didn't want to call me, but
Jimmy's finding gold here, bro. This is fucking fantastic. Like, he was like, he goes into it all fake, dude. Like, this is how phony this motherfucker is, dude. Like, you know, behind the scenes, because this is the thing, is behind the scenes, this guy is cussing and shit talking people and lying about people and doing everything he can to sabotage people. And he justifies this because he thinks that everyone's doing it to him. Am I doing it today? Yes, absolutely. Homie has this live set for 1 o'clock for the last 2 days. So I set mine for 30 minutes before his. Actually 5 minutes before his. And he still hasn't come on. Dude, we're waiting on you. We need your expert opinion, BLT, on Turtle Boy's witness intimidation charges. Oh, wait, he fixed it. He fixed it. He fixed the spelling, folks. I can see it back there.
you know, listen.
And then like he tries to act like the nicest guy in the world, and then it's also he could like lead into completely and totally shitting all over that person.
Sean has my phone number. He can call me if he has an issue with me. The BLT thing, you know, it's infantile. I like BLTs. You know, it's cute. It's funny. I get it. Riles up your crowd. Gets people to hate me.
The funniest thing about that is like nobody gives a fuck about Sean on the Golf anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about Sean on the Golf anymore. And like the BLT thing stuck, even though like it's not even really creative. It's really not. The reason why it stuck, Brian, is because you did this. Because you got pissy about it. Because people realized that it bothered you immensely. And so it stuck. That's all. It's not like Sean on the Golf is this fucking comedic, fucking brilliant mind, bro. Like, that's not even at all what happened. Like, he called me the giggler. The giggler. Oh, the giggler. It's like, okay, he made an observation. Nice. Yes, I giggle quite a bit. LTL, BLT. That shit's not even like really that creative, but it stuck because you did this right here. And it's great. We love it.
Gets people to unsubscribe from me. I get it. I get it. You know, I get the little game now.
It gets people. It gets people to unsubscribe from him. That's what he thinks. He thinks that it was this master plot on Sean on the Golf's part to get people to unsubscribe from him. Unreal.
Not much going on. So we have to start creating some drama. I'm going to attack him now. Maybe next week I'll go after this person. It's cute. It's funny. But, I'm not going to play the game. I think it's fucking stupid. And Sean, you have my number. So if you want to call me, we can call and talk like adults. And I'm just going to tell you, you need to do a little bit better because, again, I've been down here. You haven't been up here once. You haven't been here. You stay down in Florida. You don't come up here. Didn't come up during the trial. I mean, we had Melanie Little here. We had Mark Betterow. The Glera came up. A lot of people came up for the trial. I think Sean was complaining the other day that he never got invited. Sean, just catch a flight and come up.
That's actually not true. Sean in the Gulf was plenty invited. He could have absolutely just jumped on a plane and gone to Boston, his hometown, right? Isn't it his hometown? Like he could have just jumped on a plane and gone at some point for a couple of days, most likely. Now, if circumstances dictated that he couldn't, right? Then, nobody expected him to go. But if circumstances dictated that he couldn't go, well, then, okay, But the problem is that he started whining and complaining. He started whining and complaining about Karen Reed not texting him an emoji when his loved one passed. Like, it was insane. Like, John on the Gulf just went off the deep end. Like, totally. He was the first to crash out. Like, out of everybody with TBDS, Sean on the Gulf was like the first to like crash out. Like, he wasn't the first to turn, but he was the first to crash out.
They would have accommodated it for you. For you to go in and sit in the trial if you wanted to do that. But, I'm up here. I'm on the ground. I talk to the locals. I know how they feel about the Karen Reed case. This is very, very important to them. A lot of people up here put their heart, sweat, and tears into everything. They're making items to help raise money for Karen. They're opening up, for Christ's sake, the Star Drive-In is always doing.
This is really fun, by the way. So what's going on right now is BLT is playing copyrighted music because he thinks that this is going to somehow affect my channel because he knows that I plan on streaming him. Now, we'll see how that works out.
Things over there to help try to drive donations for Karen. Every little bit of money that we can do that to help her in her defense to fight this back. But when you're putting information out there that's not 100% clear and conceptual to the audience that you're saying that's wrong. That's wrong. You cannot do that. You're misleading a lot of people in this, and you're putting a lot of theories out there and a lot of information that's going to cause a lot of anxiety in people.
They talking that shit, keeps Jimmy on the track. The name in the song, empty serves that clap back. Lip gloss loaded, I don't ever lack. Say,
What's funny about Jimmy's intro song? It like suits him so well. Like it just works. Like I actually like it. I would hate it if it was anyone else's. Like literally anyone else's. But for some reason that shit fits him.
it's on my face, watch me never crack.
Voice and you have voting power. Sitting on X and sitting on Facebook and standing behind a keyboard and saying, I really hate the fact that X, Y, and Z is in office does not help. You need to do the research on these candidates and you need to get out when it's voting time and vote them out and get people involved in your community to vote these people out. So, that's what I have to say about that. Allison, thank you so much for being here and being a channel member. Says, hi, Brian. Merry Christmas to you and everyone here. Yes, absolutely. Merry Christmas. Mike, what's up, dude? How are you? Nice to see you. Great stream this afternoon. Appreciate.
Look at the contempt. Look at the contempt he has for Mike. Like when he sees him. And Brian, like, that's the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life right there. Like, he's got. Okay. He types Brian's name with little hearts. 2 little hearts, not 1 heart, 2 little hearts. Like a fluttering heart is what that's supposed to mean. It's supposed to be a fluttering heart for Brian there.
All your kind words. And I look forward to streaming with you again pretty soon. Nan checking in says, "Hey Brian, great job with everything who collaborated on Friday night. It was great. It was great to have you there to kind of close out the show, give you
I'm your sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. I'm your sidekick, baby, that I never miss. To legend with the look and the twist. If you start a story, better say it right. Cause your gossip sidekick got the spotlight tonight.
What's up, everybody? It's Brian here from the Let's Talk Live podcast. Wanted to come on today and just give you some of my feelings about the U.S.
Dude, just look at this guy, bro. Just fucking look at this dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He takes himself so seriously. It's like, that's what's funny. It's like, the thing is, I feel like the trick to being like a successful YouTuber, part of it, like one of the tricks, one of the many ones, but is to remember that it's fucking YouTube, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking YouTube. Like, any asshole can do this. Any asshole can fucking do this. Now, you might get 5 people watching. You might get 1,000 people watching. You might get 10,000 people watching. Who knows? Depends on how people respond to you. And the fact that you even have 5 people is a miracle. That 5 people who don't know who the fuck you are, that have even that have the fucking inclination to fucking sit there and listen to you fucking talk is amazing. That's amazing. And I mean that for everybody. So it's like, remembering that it's just fucking YouTube is like a big part of it. You know what I mean? Like, you get lucky. Like, he played the copyright. Get the fuck. Hold on. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, dude, you can't anti-troll me, bro. Like, you're gonna fucking get fucked. Like, that's what's gonna happen, dude. When you, like, I don't understand, Brian. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what you can do? You can come on the show and you can tell me about his witness intimidation charges and why they would not work. Since you fucking shot yourself in the foot, you fucking painted a tunnel on a wall and then ran right into it, you fucking dolt. Then just come on here and you can discuss why you think Aiden's intimidation charges are going to stick. I can't wait to hear it. I would love to. See what I mean? Like, Jay Shockblast is like, I'm going to fucking game and I'm going to fucking stream it. And you know what I mean? Like, people want to watch, then cool. And he's grateful. Dude's got a fucking check mark next to his name because he's got over 100,000 subs. At least over 100,000. I don't even know how many he has. Like, these people act like, I mean, it's just, dude, it's YouTube. Just relax. You know, there's people here who want to hang out with you and hear what you have to say, and you just talk to them, dude. That's it. You don't have to fucking act like you're this serious journalist when you're not. Like, it makes you look stupid. You know what you remind me of? You're like the YouTube equivalent to a fucking guardian angel walking down the street in some fucking neighborhood. Like, with a fucking beret on, all serious, with fucking their red beret, and they're fucking, we're here to protect the citizens. Rah, 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 rah. And then fucking as soon as somebody pulls out a knife, you take off running. You know what I mean? Like, what are you there for? For what? A presence of what? You know? Like, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about what you thought life was going to fucking provide you, bro. Like, that's nobody's problem. And you act like it is. And that's why people don't respond. And that's why people don't take what you have to say seriously. And everyone can see that everything you're saying about Turtle Boy's case is out of pure spite. Out of pure spite, because you don't like your place in the whole ecosystem that you ended up. That's it. I mean, everyone can see it.
Economy. I was actually
Autonomy. Today's autonomy. But
pretty startled today. I started reading some.
Bro, fucking Jimmy typed young black autonomist and I lost my I lost my shit. I was in Jimmy's chat when this was playing and Jimmy young black autonomist.
Articles.
Oh my
and,
God.
The national
So good.
average for gasoline right now is $5 a gallon. That's the highest that it's ever been in the history of gasoline prices. It's pretty crazy. And some economists are saying that
Autonomous.
by July 4th, that's less than 30 days away here in America, that the national average gas price is going to be $6 a gallon. So definitely inflation is here. We are definitely feeling the impact of all that. As you know, all of our prices on everything are going up. And
He clearly, like, look how long ago this was, bro. Like, this is like this. Look at this. Like, can you imagine? Like, you know what's funny, dude, is that he was like, I'm gonna get some fucking lights. Get these fucking lights. I'm gonna go to Walmart and I'm gonna get those fucking lights. I'm gonna put them up, and I'm gonna make this fucking. I'm gonna go to the fucking printer, and I'm gonna make this Let's Talk Live logo thing, and I'm gonna put it around. Put these lights around it. Like those lights are pretty much designed like, and that's what's funny is now I will give him credit is like later on, like he set up a studio, like a studio, and it looked really nice. It absolutely did. No doubt about it. But this is like, I mean, you could tell that he was like, oh, I'm going to do this. This is how you get 1 million subscribers. Is you put these lights up. Like those lights are designed, they look ghetto as fuck unless you use them to like illuminate something. You know what I'm saying? Like I had some in my old studio. I had to like adjust my laptop because I didn't want it to catch the top. And I had a strip of those lights across the top, right? So that it would just illuminate down. That's why I had it set to pink on my background in my old place. And it was so it would just give illumination, like an illumination effect. This just looks fucking terrible.
I don't think Americans are quite feeling it yet, but I think that it's going to be coming soon. I think there is going to be a possible recession, and hopefully that we don't go into a depression. Now, anything that I'm kind of saying here is just my opinion. I'm not an economist.
Yeah, we know you're not an autonomist, bro. You're saying these things just out of opinion, but you haven't stated an opinion. You just threw out misinformation. That's what you did.
Economist by any means. It's just things that I read, and I'm just trying to give you guys some education and some things that you can do to battle inflation. So I wrote some notes down here. So things that you want to make sure that you're doing is that you want to make sure that you still contribute to your emergency fund, because if there are any type of layoffs at work, you at least have money on the side that can get you through for this emergency situation until you look for a new job. Hopefully, it's just maybe a quick.
This is really this is hard hitting shit right here. So I'm just here to tell you guys. Now, I'm not an autonomist, okay? But hopefully we're not ending up in a recession. And if we are ending up in a recession, then get a piggy bank. Okay? And when you run out of money and it's an emergency, well, you just go into your piggy bank and then you've got some money for an emergency. Well, riddle me this, genius. If I'm in a recession, then what makes you think I got money to put in a fucking emergency fund? If I'm a moronic asshole sitting there listening to you every single fucking day and talking about money, well, then most likely I'm living paycheck to paycheck if I have a job. Paycheck to paycheck for sure. No doubt about it. But his genius economical advice, his genius fucking financial advice is, well, hopefully you got an emergency fund. You got a piggy bank. This will get you through the recession. If you got a piggy bank, you might get through this. Okay? You might be able to afford $6 gallon gas.
Layoff and you find something, and hopefully it's not a depression where companies go into a freeze. So another thing that you might want to look into as well is switching careers right now. I know that can be a very risky move, but like myself, I was at my job just recently for the last 16 years. I decided to switch careers and I joined a new company, and I literally walked out the door and got a $20,000 raise in my base salary. So that could be something that you want to look.
And fast forward into the future, into the near future from this video, and he takes that $20,000 and gets a studio with it that got him nothing. So this is the person that's giving people financial advice right here, right now. Just saying.
Into another tip that you want to do if you're going to switch careers.
I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, that I never miss. Turn a rumor into legend with the look and the twist. If you start a story, better say it right, 'cause your gossip sidekick got the spotlight tonight. Who said what? Run it back. Be specific. You were brave online. Now your voice gone timid. I don't chase tails. I just
Fact check fears. Say it with your chest. Fuck big bit on my
I want you to do it for Market Basket. Connor's asking you to do it. Let's see if you're up to the challenge. Up to the challenge. I lifted up JJ. Remember that, Connor? Let's see you do this for Market Basket.
Oh God.
I was going to
Dude! What the fuck?
I'm gonna let you guys drink that shit in for a second. I'll let you guys drink that in for a second. And again, y'all better be fucking giving Jimmy a like. And you better be giving Jimmy a like. And make sure you're subscribed to him. Because this was a Connor McManus find, as I understand it, on Twitter. I can't access Twitter right now. It's just fucking fun. But he yeah, Connor McMahon has found this, and Jimmy threw this in his intro, and it's fantastic. I am absolutely in love with Jimmy's intro now.
That's the rewind.
For Market Basket.
Bro. There you go, guys.
That's the right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. He's wringing his shirt out. He's fucking doing the whole sexy thing, folks. Like take a gander. Want you guys to really drink this one in, okay? Want you guys to really drink this in.
That's the rewind.
For Market Basket. For Market Basket. Employees.
Oh my fucking God.
You got the sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. You got the sidekick, baby, better never miss. Turn the room like intellectual with the look and a twist. If you start a story, better say it right. Cause you got some sidekick, runs the school tonight.
Wow. There it is, folks. Now, people. So I was really, really interested. I was really, really interested in finding out what the latest revelation on Turtle Boy's intimation charges would be from Brian LTL. I was really, really interested in finding out what that insight was going to be like. And I know we were all here for that as well. It would have been very, very fun, but unfortunately, apparently what Brian LTL did, the YouTuber pro that he is, decided to play Pat Benatar's I don't know, whatever hit that was from 1983, and play the video, and YouTube took his stream down, because he thought that if I played his stream playing copyrighted music, that my stream would get struck down for whatever reason he thought that would happen. And now I don't think he's going to go live now, which is really, really sad. But it doesn't matter. I'll go over it later if I have to. But or not, I don't really have to. Like, I just figured it would be something to do today. But apparently, this is something that LTL cannot cope with. He can't seem to manage in his mind that people are going to stream him and people are going to talk about him, and the whole world isn't going to fall in love with him and fawn at him simply because he's him and simply because he whines. That's just not how life is. So I really, like I said, I really, really wanted to know what his latest revelation was in Turtle Boy's intimation charges. And yet I mean, this live was set for 2 days. I wonder what happened. But what we can do is continue the petty from last time. In the meantime,
Karen.
And you just didn't give it no grace. You just tried to squash it, sir. We know the history of events. I went over it. Yeah, man. She wrote what she wrote, man, and it was a hit piece, and it hit. I don't think they were saying that she was right. And I don't think that they're saying that she's great.
I read through
and I don't
it.
think that was their intention.
I didn't fucking go through it and was like, yeah, fucking duh. I just said, look, it's slanted and it doesn't look good. There's a lot of bad stuff in that article. You're mad that I said that I gave my opinion. I wasn't fucking cheering to have this shit go down on you and stir up more shit in your cases. I wasn't fucking doing any of that. But like, that's like, I don't know, man. Like, do you filter in information and then it just comes out the wrong way? I don't get it. I know you don't want turtle riders watching me.
That's a great question. That is a great question. Does the information go into BLT's head and then just get filtered out another way? Is that what happens?
Tell you, probably 50% of them here tonight are hate watching me.
I mean, but it's true. It's true. I mean, most people who watch you are hate watching you. Right now BLT is fuming. He is so angry. And I set out to do this. I make no bones about it. This today, this is the epitome of petty. This is what petty means. Okay. Being petty is what I do from time to time. And so today, the petty was to simply make him angry because I know how easy it is to make him upset. Because he makes it so obvious, because he throws temper tantrums. And he tries to mask these temper tantrums with high road dialogue, basic bullshit cliche high road dialogue. And we all see through it. So I mean, I love this, bro. This is just what I'm talking about. This is just what I'm talking about. I will give him an answer. I will give him an answer if he comes on here to discuss Turtle Boy's intimation charges. I would love to have this discussion with him. I would love to review the facts of the case with this person. And I want him to seriously tell me with a straight fucking face that his opinion about why he thinks Aiden should go to jail isn't completely and totally fueled by his dumb fucking hatred for him because he doesn't like the way things turned out for him on YouTube. I want to hear him fucking tell me that shit with a straight face. And I know he won't. I know he won't. So, I mean, this is what the petty is. Because this has always been about this has always been about him feeling like he was put on this earth for something greater. LTL thinks that he was put on this earth to be recognized for the almost divine nature that he has that no one else seems to have. Nobody else on this earth, nobody can relate to Brian LTL because he is a gift from God. He was put here to do something great. If he was Clark Kent, his dad, his pa would have told him, all I know, son, is that you were here for a reason. And it was not to score touchdowns. See, BLT went his whole fucking life with somebody up his ass telling him how fucking special he is. And he grew up thinking that he's so fucking special. And so he's destined. He's destined to be great, and he's destined to be known by the whole world. And when it doesn't fucking magically happen, when he puts everything into it except what actually matters, which is talent, which is likability, when he puts everything into it except those things, he lashes out at the people who do have those things and apply them. And it's sad, really. It's fucking sad. But see, that's the kind of shit that merits people making fun of you. Because you're a grown man who thinks that the world owes him something. And then when other people are out here just doing what they do best, whatever God gave them, and they're just doing the best they can with it, you want to get mad and you want to undercut them and you want to bitch and moan about them and talk about how they're not so fucking great. I don't get it. Why are they? Why does everybody like them and why not me? I mean, that kind of shit. Nobody likes that shit. And until you can fucking shed that attitude, you're always going to be this dude. Always.
I'm just trying to explain it. That rattle ball instead of their fucking head, maybe it will stop sticking to the fucking side and start rolling around a little bit. And a thought might pop up and go, hey, you know what? LTL was saying some shit last night. And I got to agree. I got to agree.
Back to what you're going through, right? Your intent. I don't think when they spoke about Gretchen Voss, their intent was to say,
this is what's fucking funny about it, is like all of this shit is an act. It's all I mean, right down to the sitting like this and like forcing a relaxed, we know you're not relaxed. We know that the world around you is driving you fucking crazy. But this is so forced that it has the opposite effect of what you're going for, which you're trying to tell the world that you're relaxed, but you're not relaxed at all. You're angry. And you're upset with everybody. And you think that the whole world owes you something. And you're mad about it. And you know you shouldn't be mad about it. And that's why you try to hide it. But you fail at it because this rage and entitlement consumes you. And it controls your actions beyond your ability to consciously control them.
ha ha ha. Gretchen has the story and Turtle Boy's going to jail. I don't think that was their intent. I think their intent was you're getting a lot of shocks as to Mikey
100%.
Crawford's analogy, circling the waters. And if that's an indication of what's to come, you better watch out and stop being on your P's and Q's. Back to what we've been telling you.
All right.
You need to level up, sir.
Yep.
Level up, sir.
Level up.
All right. So he's live now. He's got Nan on. So let's hear the legal analysis from Nan.
economic, there it is, emotional economic injury, indirect conduct, or another statutory theory supported by the evidence. And that was like the thing when I went up to, and I was just watching like the Jimmy T stream with JFK on there, and he's like, the emotional aspect, I was like, really? They can come in at, that's in the law? And I was like, wow. Like I said, when you start looking into it, there's a lot of things that have that.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is real easy. Like I barely have even touched this. I just clicked on this shit and it's live. So obviously what they're doing is they're going over the statute that's being weaponized against Aiden to lock him up. What they're failing to understand, what Nan is failing to understand as a lawyer, and this is way more embarrassing for her than it is for LTL. Trust me. What they're failing to understand is that the law itself is unconstitutional, and that Cosgrove's argument is going to be the law is simple. This is what it says. He's going to have people testify. He's going to have fucking these witnesses sit there and fucking and fucking try to act like they're victims in some way, shape, or form. And then Cosgrove, in his closing statements, is going to tell the jury, the law says this, the law says that, blah, blah, blah. And the fact, and if the law says this, then you're gonna have to convict. But the problem with that is you're never gonna get 12 jurors to agree that that law is just. And that is exactly why you leave it up to 12 jurors, 12 of your peers, to decide what is just, to agree, 12 people unanimously on what is just. And there's no fucking way that Cosgrove is going to convince 12 people to unanimously convict Aiden Carney that law, based on that law being in some way just. It's never going to happen. On top of the fact that he's Aiden Carney, on top of the fact that he has Mark Betterow and Tim Bradle defending him, on top of the fact that they have overwhelming evidence dictating that he was set up, that the motive was to quiet him, to take away his First Amendment rights, to intimidate him into silence. That is exactly what that law was, or what the weaponization of that law was designed to do, was to intimidate him. And there is overwhelming evidence that dictates this. And there's plenty of evidence to show that his intent was simply to get the government to hold the right people for the murder of Boston police officer John O'Keefe accountable. That is all he was trying to do. This was proven over and over and over again. Everything is documented. Everything is documented on in his articles, in his rolling rally, in his streams. The only thing that the McAlberts are intimidated by is the truth. They're intimidated by the truth catching up to them. And Aiden Carney facilitated this happening at a rapid pace. And that scared the shit out of them. And so what they did was they went after him. They used the same powerful influence that they had to fucking frame Karen Reed to set Turtle Boy up. And then again, to have his bail revoked and have him spend his holidays 60 days in jail. So there's these people are acting like they're fucking new.
coming along. Oh, welcome back, everybody. We were all screwed up on. I was sorry, Nan, while you were talking, I was trying to get our stream back on YouTube, but we're back up, and it's nice to see everybody here. But anyway,
I wonder why.
I'm an over.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was looking. I have another computer behind me, well, behind the screen here, and I'm like, well, why am I not seeing it on YouTube? But
Right.
see, everyone needs to understand there's a lot at work for a creator, which I'm really glad I'm not one.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, and you can play catch up. I always love playing catch up and put it on. Brian's always fun to listen to on 2.5 speed or 3 speed sometimes. But anyway. Yeah, this statute in terms of the emotional harm, I do not love this statute, but it carries a lot of risk because it's so, and the word to use is subjective. The victims don't have to say, hey, I got punched in the face and I'm hurt. No, they have to say what Aidan Carney did hurt me. It affected me, whether economically or my familial situation, my relationships, my stature at my college, whatever the allegations specifically are. And we're kind of talking not at a granular level, we're talking a little bit broadly on this, but the way the statute is written, it is the law there. This is actually how laws get changed when you have test cases, so to speak. So, for example,
Test cases.
If Aidan Carney was to be convicted on one or more of these charges by a jury, or he could opt for a bench trial, I would not. I think I've said that previously on your stream. But if he is convicted,
Like Nan's telling us all without telling us, like she doesn't think that Aidan would get convicted. I mean, of course. Like, why would he go for a bench trial? Nobody. No. The whole point here is that Aidan's entire defense is based on the idea that he's somebody who is an advocate for the First Amendment. Absolutely. That's like the foundation. Right? So why would he leave his fate up to a fucking judge in a town that Aidan speculates whether or not it's crooked? And I'm being nice. I just don't want to speak for Aidan. So, I mean, it's just so ridiculous, dude. Like, of course he's going to go for a jury trial. A jury is his best chance. No jury is ever going to convict Aidan Carney of these charges. No fucking, not one of them. Not even one of them. I guarantee it.
legislatures will look at the different ways laws have been.
Worst case scenario, you'll get a mistrial. You'll get a hung jury. Worst case scenario. But you're not going to get 12 jurors to convict Aidan Carney on any of those fucking charges. It'll never fucking happen. Like, if you get 12 fucking Bryans, like how are you going to find 12 of the softest pussies in Massachusetts and put them on a jury? That's like fucking impossible. You're never going to do that. You know what I mean? It's not going to take, you know what I mean? You know what it would take to sift through and get 12 of the softest vaginas in Massachusetts to sit on that jury? It'd be impossible.
Been applied. They may feel that this was too heavy-handed. They may look at the motivations allegedly behind any criminal prosecution of Aidan Carney. And they may say this law needs to be changed. And frankly, I think it should, because it puts or rests too much discretion and subjectivity in the hands of the victims here. And by no means am I trying to imply that they weren't harassed or intimidated or harmed, but they will have those victims will have to prove that by answering questions from both the
Like the fence writing here is amazing.
prosecutor and the defense attorneys in a court of law, and a jury or a judge will have to determine if they are indeed credible and if they were indeed emotionally harmed. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah, and this, like, I have this highlighted too about reckless disregard. I kind of want to talk a little bit about this. So the required mental state is the conduct must be done to intend to impede, obstruct, delay, prevent, or otherwise interfere with covered proceeding, or with reckless disregard that it may do so.
Like, we know what the law says. Like, we know it. Otherwise, he would have never gotten he would have never even gotten indicted. We know what the law says. Like, what are you talking about? The whole point is that this law is unconstitutional. That's the whole point. Why do you think that Aiden hired Tim Bradle to begin with? Because Tim Bradle is a massive free speech guy. He's big on the First Amendment. The very first conversation that I had with Tim Bradle in person was a very passionate exchange over free speech. Like, just, we were like this. It was like the very first time we ever spoke. Like, there's a method to Aiden's madness here, and there's no madness to it. Well, okay, it's there's definitely madness going on, without a doubt. That's fair, but there's a method to most of it. There's absolutely a method to most of it. On the legal end, there's definitely a method to it, and it's just hilarious to see people who are simply going this route because they were ostracized. Because they were simply exposed for their motives. Like, it's very, very, very fascinating just to see people just switch and go, oh my God, you know what? Because you know what that tells me? It just, what it does is it proves everyone right. Like, listening to these people talk about how, oh man, Aiden, he's got some trouble ahead of him now. Like, all of a sudden, it just shows what your motives always were. Which was, oh, well, okay. Well, nobody gives a shit if I say anything in favor of Aiden. But, you know, so let's see if anybody gives a shit if I say anything that implies that he'll go to jail. Like, speaking of real ones, my man. What's up, Mike or Dots? So, yeah, man. Dude, oh, and that thing got here, dude. That little instrument. Yeah, I feel like it's going to have to get mic'd. I feel like for that thing to work. Yeah, if that's going to, yeah, like, so I was talking to Richie the other night, and we were talking about, you know, how to get music in this thing here that I'm talking to you on. And I just started exploring that because I just got the connection that he told me to get for it, and it's like awesome. It's great. My keyboard I haven't gotten to work yet, which is driving me crazy because I really need the keyboard to work. But we'll figure that out later. But he was like, he had just ordered this, like, kind of like a theremin. And when I looked at it, I thought it was like this big. So when the box came, when a box came the other day, I was like, oh, sweet. I just didn't open it. But I had also ordered a new sound bar for my TV because the subwoofer took a shit. Right. So But that's what it turned out to be. But I thought it was like a thing like that was like this big, right? You know, I thought it was, you know, a musical instrument that was like, you know, but when it got here, it was like in this little plastic wrapping and like it's like this big. It's like but yeah, like I put some batteries in it and I started messing with the sounds. And it's cool, but it has to definitely be mic'd. But it's like a theremin. It's like, does anybody know what a theremin is? Yeah, Amazon totally lies. Did you see the size of that thing? It was like a little tiny, like, yeah. I mean, and it was kind of expensive too. But I think it's just because it's made by Korg, right? So I think it's absolutely like designed to like you could, you know, plug it into something and mic it. It's just weird how it works. I have to mess with it a little bit. Who knew? Thank you so much, member, for 7 months. Happy hump day. All right, let's see what these idiots are saying.
Statute also covers retaliation for participation in a proceeding. So why does it matter here? So this is one of the Commonwealth's strongest legal advantages, and it may argue either purposes interference or, depending on the evidence, reckless disregard. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what is reckless disregard?
So reckless disregard is it's essentially where an individual who commits an act, whether it's criminal or civil, they do so in a manner where they knew or they should have known that actions they took or didn't take were substantially likely to cause a result. So, you know, an example would be driving under the influence. If you drive under the influence and maybe you don't know what your blood alcohol level is, but you're driving under the influence, you know, you may be thrown back a few too many, and you know, or you should know as an operator of a vehicle and someone who's of legal age to drink, that operating a vehicle.
So let me get this straight. So Cosgrove's strategy when it comes to reckless disregard, your prediction is going to be that he's going to go, well, Aiden Carney could have and should have known that his words could have hurt their feelings. Even if he didn't know, and even if he wasn't intending to hurt their feelings, he should have known that his words might hurt someone's feelings. And that's going to, you think that Cosgrove's going to sell that to a jury? You think that Cosgrove is going to sell that to 12 people and they're going to unanimously convict Aiden Carney? You think that Cosgrove, you think that Bradle or Betterow are going to put crusty panties on the stand? And they're gonna and that jury's gonna convict Aiden Carney? You think that's gonna happen? Like, let's just get real. See, they're not discussing any of this stuff. They're just going over the statute. It's just the statute. Okay, yeah. We all agree that in the statute, based on the statute itself, and I love the people on Twitter that clip this shit, by the way, because there's that one fucking moron. But yes, according to this law, one could say that Aiden Carney broke the law. Yes. But the problem is this law is bullshit. Because this law is too broad. This law can be used to indict anyone. In theory, under the right circumstances, anyone who you want to keep quiet, anyone who wants to petition and who wants to picket their government, this law can be used against them. That's the problem. Exactly. They could say anyone broke that law. That's the issue here. That is exactly what his defense is. So you can sit here and recite the fucking law all goddamn day. All it does is prove that any asshole can be silenced in the state of Massachusetts if a litigator were so inclined.
While under an influence, you know, or you should know that harm could result or could likely result. It's essentially gross negligence. It's kind of like just looking at a fact pattern and saying, well, you know, he should have known better. And I'm not saying that Aiden should have known better. What I'm saying is,
is
if
that
the
hard to
jury
prove?
thinks,
Like, to me, is that hard to prove? Like,
dude,
not for my
I appreciate it, man, but don't. It feels weird. I love you, man. Thanks, man.
experience, because the jury charges in different states are pretty
Like
specific. So
the reason I say that is because like this dude is like Microdot's is like taking his fucking free time to talk to me and kind of coach me through some of the shit that I'm trying to like explore and get good at here. And he doesn't have to do that. And then he's gonna throw money at me. It's like, dude. Nicola Maxwell, I'll take your money all day though. Thank you. I just watched a major solar eclipse with you guys. Right on. Good for you. Sweet.
the jury is going to look at the jury instructions and they'll determine if, you know, I'm going to use the example that a lot of people talk about, which is going up. Aiden approached the McCabe's at a lacrosse game, right, in Billerica. And people have opinions one way or the other that he, as a journalist, was free to go to a children's sporting event. It was a public event. He went and he asked questions. That's what some people say. Other people say, well, he did more than just ask questions. He was
BLT like is getting so mad right now because Nan is fence riding so hard. She is fence riding so hard. And in her mind, what she's doing is she's trying to remain objective and can maintain her credibility as a legal commentator amongst his audience. That's what she's trying to do. But what she's doing in his mind is fence riding. So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
taunting and I'm just telling the other side of it.
And he's getting really mad about it.
Trying to be balanced here.
Right.
He was pushing the envelope in terms of what he wanted to know as a journalist, or maybe he was trying to influence them one way or the other, that, you know, Big Brother is watching and we know what you did, so to speak. And in doing that, did that type of conduct rise to a level where now he knew, or he should have known, that maybe they would have been, quote, intimidated by him doing that? I don't know the answer to that, other than to say, I think in some respects it was my personal view that a journalist has every right to ask questions and to approach individuals whom he believes have knowledge about events or particular facts that maybe are not publicly known, and he or she can go and ask those questions. But there comes a time where maybe if you're asked to leave, maybe you should leave. Do you have to leave? No. But you run a risk that the individuals who are now we go back to the statute, Brian, because now these are individuals who are, quote, witnesses in the mix of the Karen Reed case. And was his conduct likely to, quote, hurt
cause
their
emotional
feelings
distress?
Right. So it's really a fact sensitive analysis. And because the Commonwealth can go two different paths on this, they can go the intent path. You intended to cause emotional harm.
Right.
Or the reckless disregard, which is, you knew or you should have known that you were being a bit of a jerk to them, and maybe it was going to have an effect on them that could have upset their feelings or hurt them, harass them. And I'm just using the lacrosse example. That's just one. I mean, there's fact patterns for each of these charges.
Right.
That's where a jury's going to have to decide does it fall squarely within the statute? And I've said it before on one of your streams. It's like,
She blurred out. We'll wait and see if it comes back.
We
It
already
looks like she's
blurred
having
her
some
out.
Internet issues.
We blurred her out already. It's okay.
I'm gonna text her. Hang on, guys.
But she's not going to get the text because she doesn't have internet.
Give me 2 seconds. We'll be right back.
This poor bastard. You just can't get his shit right at all. Okay. Hello?
See who's in the. Until then, we wait. See who's in the chat.
Let's see the chat. Let's see. Jeez.
It's Wreck-It Wednesday. I love it. I have so much fun doing this. It's too fun. Let's see.
Yeah. Is it really fun? Oh my God,
No,
Brian.
it's always technical difficulties.
Like, all that happened was I got in his head so bad that he like fumbled everything.
Thanks for the tool, Jules.
That's all that happened.
See if we can get Nan back here in a minute. Let's do a little. Oh, here she comes. It's gonna do a commercial break. Hey, back.
I'm so sorry.
Actually, it's, your stream looks a lot better now. There's like a lot of issues before, but that's fine.
I've been spending too much money on super chats and I haven't paid my internet bill.
But I thought you were broke.
I am totally broke. Yeah, no. I apologize for the quality of my streaming
it's all good.
services,
Shit
but
happens.
not my legal opinions.
No,
I don't know
legal
where
opinions
where I
always
cut out. We
No,
playing a
so we'll,
commercial or
yeah,
what?
so we'll just go to the penalty here. So penalty, I'm not going to read through this whole thing. For the ordinary from the form of the offense, 13B raises up 10 years in prison or 2.5 years in the house of correction with a fine up to $1,000 or $5,000.
Like you see that? Like that's where Brian's like, well, let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the prison time. Oh, like this guy is like the worst. He's the biggest hater ever. Like there's nothing worse than being a fucking hater, bro.
both fine and imprisonment. And then this is crazy too. If the misconduct is directed at the investigation or prosecution of a crime punishable by life imprisonment, or the statute authorizes up to 20 years in state prison. I don't see that happening.
No.
If there is any penalty phase in any of this. And then you have the separate picketing charges, and that statute applies when a person with the intent to interfere in administration of the justice or influence a judge, juror, witness, or court officer, picket or parades or near or around a courthouse or near a building or residence used by the protected person. The maximum punishment in statute there is a $5,000 fine or 1 year of imprisonment or both. So you could get both.
Yeah, I mean,
you
he's
could
been
get both.
saying he's facing up to 90, excuse me, not 90 years in prison. I will say that's a bit, I mean, is it true? Yes. Is in practicality, legally speaking, is that going to happen? No. What generally will happen is even if
I actually agree with her on that. Like, I just don't see even if like the worst case scenario happened, like even that worst case scenario, I don't think would happen.
there are convictions, and I mean, we've gone on record, and it likes to get spun, but you and I have gone on record saying we're not rooting for him to go to jail.
No, I don't want him to go to jail. But if
Right.
it applies to the law in this case, and the law is
Right.
broken, then that's what he's going to have to deal with, right? I mean,
He'll deal, yes, or
So like this is their whole thing. This is really funny. This is their whole thing. Oh, well, I don't want him to go to jail, but the law's the law. No regard themselves for like no conviction as far as like how they feel about it. Like, I mean, I've said 100 times, dude, even if Aiden like and me had a falling out where it was just irreconcilable, like I fucking hate this guy, fuck him and fuck him back and blah, blah, blah. If that were to fucking happen, that doesn't change the facts of what has been happening here for the last 3 fucking years. Let's just fucking be real. So when you flip-flop like that, you look fucking retarded. It's just dumb. Like when you go, oh, yeah, no fucking way. The problem is blah, 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 blah. I mean, the issue is simple. Your free speech is in danger here. This is a case that could set a dangerous precedent if Turtle Boy is convicted. This is what should bother you. This is the issue at hand. It doesn't matter how you fucking feel about Aiden. Why the fuck do you think that we joke about TBDS? Because it's fucking crazy. Because you're missing the big picture. It's going right over your fucking head. What's important here is that Aiden's possible conviction could set an extremely dangerous precedent in dangerous times in this country where everyone's rights are in peril. Everyone's freedoms right now are in peril. This should be scaring the shit out of you. The fact that you feel a certain way about a dude should not affect how you feel about your rights. And the fact that you feel differently about him should be something that makes you feel even more passionate about it. Where you can sit there and objectively say, I don't even fucking like this guy. I don't agree with most of the shit he says. But the fact is, he has a right to say them. If his rights are in danger, then mine are too. And you don't have the balls to say that shit? My girlfriend will even say that. She doesn't agree with Turtle Boy politically. She's progressive. And she's great. She believes what she believes, but she respects other people's beliefs too. But she openly, loudly supports Turtle Boy. Not because she's dating me. We've been friends a long time. But she openly supports Turtle Boy. Why? Because she understands that simple fact that if his right to free speech is in danger, then mine is too. This is beyond left or right. This is bigger than that. This is about red, white, and blue. Period. End of story.
far as penalties are concerned, the court could impose fines. The court could impose just a truncated period of incarceration in a house of corrections versus in a state prison. A court could combine convictions. And I want to be very clear when I say this, because I want to say it again, which is we're not rooting for him to go to jail. It's an exposure. I don't think any court, when imposing any potential sentencing, is going to say, I hereby sentence you to 90 years in the state prison. That's not going to happen. Do I think there is a potentiality that he could face time behind bars? I do. And that's why I've been scratching my head a little bit, saying like, maybe you should focus on that. And I'm not saying that because of any personal animus. I'm saying it because with a trial 4 months away, that should be, if he were my client, which he'll say, thank God I'm not her client. But if he were my client, I would be telling him 150% has to focus on this right now. Nothing else. Nothing else.
I mean, Natalie in the chat.
I can't imagine. It's like right now, this is a really, really retarded effort at manipulation. So again, this is Nan's position seems to be simple. I don't think he should go to jail, but I think that he should get off the internet. I think he should be quiet. So right there, proving the point that she's missing the point. Proving that she's exactly what she says she is. Or what we say she is, excuse me. I will be right back, guys.
That says I'm not rooting for him to go to prison, but I'm all for it. I mean, that's her opinion. Steve says if he broke the law and he broke the law, why should he be treated any differently? And it's a fact. And it's like I look at this today, and we'll give some credence to this because I know they're watching and we're getting streamed and all that stuff. Instead of doing the stream that you're doing today, help out your buddy. That's your buddy. Like, why not get a lawyer on your channel and go through something like this and give a balanced approach, or give a pro Aiden approach if that's the approach that you're in. This is what I ask these channels to do. Pull up, get someone instead of, why don't you get brother counsel on your channel instead of just pulling up his video and going through it? Actually get him up there and ask him questions. I'm sorry, Nan, go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree. Bringing in legal commentary, whether it was mine or someone else, is always best. Someone who is and can be impartial and has particular expertise in that area, meaning criminal law, the exposure of it. But one of the other issues, and it ties into what I just said, is we talked about intent versus reckless disregard, right? So intent is to intend. Reckless disregard is, well, I knew or should have known that something could result. But it's also a bit of a gauntlet for Aiden, in my opinion. And I say this practicing criminal law and civil law for 25 years. Because if you strictly take the position as a defendant that I did not intend to intimidate them, upset their feelings, hurt them, but if he's going to say, well, I was intending to petition the government, which ties into the civil lawsuit, one of them that has been filed, and that's the one against him and Karen Reed. And I call it the defamation case, although there's other claims in it like civil conspiracy. And there are, I believe, either pending appeals of the anti-SLAPP motions to dismiss that were denied. And I don't know I think there might have been notices of appeal, like they intend to appeal the decision. I don't know if appeals were filed, but anti-SLAPP is petitioning the government. And if he was intending to petition the government, if he takes this type of position in defense of the criminal claims against him, then he's not addressing the reckless disregard piece of the criminal witness intimidation statute. So as a defendant, you never want to pigeonhole or paint yourself into a corner by taking one position. And then with a pending civil action against you, taking that position in the criminal action could tie your hands in the civil action. So it is a gauntlet for him. And that's why, he's got good lawyers. Those lawyers, I'm certain or hopeful that they're instructing him on the complexities of this and how to go about really best defending himself, which, personally speaking, I feel that it should be all hands on deck and focus on the charges at hand. As we say, like one shit at a time. But I wouldn't be talking about it so much publicly. I would just be focusing on.
Well, the thing is they don't even understand. Like, he doesn't even. Hold on. This should be good. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Can I help you?
Hello, Joey? Is that you, Joey?
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight, Joey?
What are you doing tonight, honey? Hello?
Coming with you.
Listen, when you call Joey, you better address Joey. And you better come talking about something real important. Because you're interrupting Joey's show. So okay. Moron. Anyway. Aiden doesn't even really talk about his case when he goes live. He doesn't even really talk about it. He doesn't talk about his charges. Like, he talks about the stuff that he got charges for. Sure. Because he's free to do that. That's the whole point. So,
Getting ready for that trial.
That's what I was going to ask you. I mean, like the ongoing stuff, you know, I've seen clips and stuff like that. I don't watch any of your shows, but I see the clips on X. I mean, you kind of get the 30-second rundown of what the shows are like. And you just look at it and you go, you know, is this going to help him? And I talk about those things like, can clips be brought up? Can this stuff be brought up in court? I know civilly it will, because we've gone through the Alex Jones case and they've literally went through his entire website, what he was posting on social media. So I know that will be used civilly. And this is just my suggestion. I don't think it's good to come on here and call attorneys that are fighting you like a dildo and all that other stuff. I don't think it's going to be any beneficial, because I'm just like, oh, they're going to clip that and probably bring it up in court. Can that stuff be brought into the criminal aspect of this too? Or would it just be like, say, the Jennifer McCabe video at the lacrosse game, that will only come in to it? Or will things on his program be clipped and brought in?
of course they're gonna.
Things on his program.
That's the stupidest fucking shit I have ever heard in my entire life. Like, this is why Brian sucks at what he does. The clips on his program are what's listed in his fucking charging documents, bro. Like, what do you think? What do you think I went over for 5 fucking different live streams when he first got charged, dude? Like, of course they're using the clips from his program, you dumb shit. Where have you been? Of course they're using the clips from his program.
Will absolutely be clipped and at least attempted to be brought in. Now, in the criminal action,
That's a great question to ask an attorney that you have on your show. That's a great question to ask an attorney. Do you think that they'll use the clips that are in the charging documents? Yeah, bro. It's all they got. Of course they're going to use that. Their whole prosecution strategy is going to be Turtle Boy bad. And this is why he's bad. Look at what he says. Look at how he talks. He's so mean. That's going to be the entire strategy behind the prosecution. The entire strategy behind the prosecution's effort, more specifically, to win over the jury. That's going to be what they're going to try to do. Turtle Boy bad. McAlbert's good. Turtle Boy bad. That's going to be the idea here. And how do they do that? By painting a picture of him being someone who doesn't censor himself and starts yelling and screaming, talking about die in a fucking hole and blah, 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 blah. That's what they're going to do. Taking hyperbole and making it something else. That's all that's it.
What we're using specific example here
Like,
in the criminal action.
What's really funny to me, dude, like before I stepped away, I heard him talking about something like, why don't I get brother counsel on here? Or here's the thing is, although I enjoy listening to their analysis of the legal things, the legal aspects of things that are moving forward, you know, the developments when it comes to motions being filed and whatnot. Yes, I enjoy that, but I don't need to have one of them on here to explain it to me. I don't. Like, it's very simple. And even if there's a detail that I misunderstand, I get it. I pick it up later. It's, you know what I mean? I don't need to have an attorney tell me what Bradel and Betterow are going to do and that this law is completely unconstitutional. I don't need to do that. Is it helpful? Sure. Would it draw me more views? Sure. But see, that's the difference between you and me, is I don't think in terms like that. I could sit up here and I can easily dispute any argument that is taking place by either one of you, including the lawyer. I can do that when it comes to this case, simply because she's not giving any valuable legal insight whatsoever, because she is being driven by her feelings about what has been said about her on the internet. That's the only reason she's up there doing what she's doing. She doesn't give a shit about what's right or wrong here. She's up here because her ego was bruised. And she can't. She knows that as an attorney, she cannot sit up here and sit and go, oh, well, you know, he did this and he did that, and, you know, he should go to jail and blah, blah, blah. She knows she can't do that because she knows she'll sound retarded. She knows she'll sound ridiculous.
What Aidan Carney has to say about Attorney Diller, which is the civil attorney suing him, Aidan, and Karen Reed. That's not going to come in, right? Because that's a separate civil action. But anything that the prosecution deems relevant to Aidan Carney's beliefs, state of mind, mindset, views on the McCabe's and the Alberts, views on what his intent was, views on whether he knew or should have known that actions he was taking could hurt or upset the feelings or cause emotional harm to the McCabe's and Alberts, that could come into evidence. It would probably require some type of in limine motion or a proffer. A judge will have to decide if the probative value it outweighs the prejudicial value of those clips coming in. But if you recall from the Karen Reed trial number 2, that Judge Cannoni, in her infinite wisdom, determined that Karen.
You notice she dropped the 2.0 bullshit. She quit saying that dumb shit.
Reed's own little sound bites with news outfits and organizations, those could come in against her. I don't recall the specifics of why they came in, whether it went to her intent, her state of mind, different facts that she had pertaining to
all of that intent and state of mind.
Right. So these can come in if a judge determines them to be relevant. So I think he should brace himself for that. And that's one reason why on the rare occasion I still happen to catch views or clips of him, I say, oof, I wish he didn't say that. And I don't say that as or feel
The only thing that worries me is we got that ball breaker fucking judge now. And that just fucking bugs me because this dude really, like, there seems to be a real pissing contest, passive aggressive pissing contest between Bettero and this judge. And it's all on this judge because I don't think that Bettero is just he goes in there, he knows what his argument's going to be, and he makes his argument. But this dude just fucking takes these shots at him every single fucking, and it's like he's trying to poke holes in his argument just to poke holes in his argument at times, and it's really annoying. So that's what concerns me. But here's the thing, though. I'm not nearly as concerned about that as I would have been 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And the reason why that is because we survived Cannoni. You know what I'm saying? Cannoni was another ball breaker, right? But we survived her. Right prevailed over wrong because the truth was there. The truth prevailed over fiction. The truth prevailed over lies. That's what happened. And even when the lie is so powerful, there's a lot of credibility behind that lie, right? In the sense of who's telling it. Like you have cops and you have soccer moms. You know what I mean? And in 2 trials, the worst case scenario that happened was you got a mistrial, but you could not get 12 people to convict Karen Read because the truth just has a way of being real pushy. And that's what's going to happen in Aiden's case too. There's no doubt in my mind about that. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. So if we survived Cannoni because the truth was on our side, then we should survive whatever this judge's name is. I forget already. But the truth is on Aiden's side. Our forefathers are on Aiden's side. I'm telling you right now, John Adams, he's rooting for Aiden from beyond right now. So is Thomas Jefferson. Guaranteed. They are rooting for Aiden from beyond. Ben Franklin, he's a big Turtle Boy fan. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. Big Turtle Boy fans. All those guys. John Hancock signing off real big on Aiden Carney. I guarantee you. We got good stuff on our side here.
that way to be critical of him, I say, ooh, that's, if that gets clipped, it's not going to bode well before a jury. And sometimes, you know, as my mom used to say, you have inside thoughts. Sometimes keep your thoughts inside. You don't have to say every thought that comes to your mind. I mean, I have seen when I was on X, I'm not on X anymore, but when I was on X, like I would see different clips and I would go, oh, look, these people are spinning it now. Look what was just said. And that shows that he knew or should have known X, Y, or Z. I mean, some of the things that he has said about these quote unquote victims could be perceived to be emotionally harming. He's going to have to be able to navigate around that and to give explanations. At the same time, I've heard him say,
oh my God, shut up. Fuzzy Duck Puppet, thank you so much. How did they ignore their unwavering support they had for Turtle Boy before all the drama? Right. Exactly. Like this is just really like the fact that they're trying to sell any of this shit is to be taken seriously. Is like we all saw it. And that's why they don't have anybody fucking watching them, dude. Like there's 140 people watching this bullshit. 139 if you don't count me.
Recently, multiple times that, you know, he's going to tell his whole story. He's going to answer all these questions. It just doesn't work that way. It's question, answer, question, answer. And I think he's going to realize pretty quickly that as persuasive and charming as he may be or may perceive himself to be, that the judge who oversees this case or this trial may significantly limit the scope of what type of answers or the content of the answers that he gives. So it's going to really boil down to what judge is going to try the case or oversee the case, and
We
whether
already
it's
know.
a bench trial versus a jury trial.
It'll be a jury trial.
I think there may be some difficulty in actually finding a jury. We'll have
Yeah,
to
I mean,
see
because the
about that.
case, I mean, Karen's case was so obviously publicized in and around this area. I mean, it's hard to not know who Turtle Boy is too. And I think that that's a good point that you bring up as well.
Well, we now know who he is because he received the exclusive silver blade play button from LTL. That's how we all know. I don't know about y'all motherfuckers, but I know who Turtle Boy is because of the silver button. Okay. That's how I know Turtle Boy. Y'all, I don't know what y'all are doing out here, but unless you learned about Turtle Boy from the silver play button, then you're missing out.
You know, how difficult is this going to get it to be get a jury that doesn't know anything about this? I mean,
Well,
there's a go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, Brian.
I'm sorry.
Just so everyone understands, like juries can know about a person, they can know who Turtle Boy is, they can know who Karen Reed is. I dare say, I mean, a lot of people all over know about the Karen Reed case. I think less people know about Turtle Boy, but up in that community,
Like, and she can't hide her little fucking, her little fucking contempt. I think last people heard about Turtle Boy. Anyway, like she did everything except say anyway. You know what I mean? Like
potential jurors
the
can know about
the contempt that these people have for Aiden is just fucking hilarious to me, dude.
Turtle Boy. They can have even read his blogs.
Sure.
They can have even watched his YouTube presentations, but they will be asked if they have formed any biases, if they are, if they can keep an open mind. If they cannot, they will get bumped. If they cannot separate their personal feelings, and it may have to do with their personal feelings on
Sure.
Karen Reed's culpability. It's kind of like a case within a case, because
Yeah.
Aiden's charges, I know he believes this, Aiden's charges are part and parcel of the defense of Karen Reed, the claims against Karen Reed. So it's one thing for people, a potential juror, to say, well, hey, I can keep an open mind as to
They got Michael Proctor's texts, right? And Michael Proctor talks about Turtle Boy. You know how that's going to go over with a jury? See, it's like they're actively avoiding all of these things. They're actively avoiding the things that Aiden has on his side that are just indisputable. And it's really funny. Like now, like all they are a bunch of fucking they're just a couple of Lanas now. That's all they are.
Turtle Boy. Yes, I've read his blogs. Yes, I think he pushes the envelope, but I would keep an open mind. But then if they also have their own views, as it's very polarizing, do people feel that Karen Reed is innocent? Do they feel that she is quote unquote not guilty? And those are two different things.
Right.
Do they feel that she is guilty, but
How about the same people who investigated Karen Reed fucking charged Aiden? How about that? How about the same people who Karen Reed accused of framing her charged Aiden and then colluded with ordinary shitty people to act as agents to have his bail revoked? This absolutely happened. This totally fucking happened. And they could prove this. Like, you don't think they're going to get Katuni to testify? They probably won't. I don't know. Like, it's a question of how credible they find her. But, and whether or not that's a good move. How is the jury going to perceive Gatuni is going to be the big question of whether or not the defense calls Gatuni to the stand. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm actually gonna have to wrap this one up, folks. Gonna keep it down to 2 hours. I've got to get ready. I've got to do the podcast thing with Kevin and Rebecca, and I'm really excited about it. So I got to go get ready for that, and then I don't know. I'll probably I don't think I'm going to go live again tonight, but I will do my best to go live again tomorrow. And I hope Aiden is feeling better. I hope his ear is getting better. I'm sure he would be going live if he could, but I don't know if anybody here has ever had an ear infection before, but that is the fucking most painful shit. I mean, it is a pain that I was telling him I'd rather go through what I went through with my knee all over again than go through a week of an ear infection. Now, I don't mean the inconvenience of not being able to walk. That I mean pain wise. The pain that I had from a broken knee, I'd rather go through that for the time that it took before it healed than a week of an ear infection. It's fucking awful. So I really hope that he's yeah, your equilibrium gets all fucked up too, man. Have you ever fucking flushed out your ears? Like, I flushed out my ears before, and then like all of a sudden I can't I have no depth perception. It's fucking crazy. So yeah, I definitely sympathize with Aiden right now, because I think the last time I got an ear infection, I think it was like 11 or 12. And I got it from flying. I flew back from Miami back to St. Louis, and that flight back, I was in excruciating pain afterwards. I remember the pain. It's awful, but I hope he gets, I hope it gets better like soon, quickly. Anyways, guys, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me. Of course, I wanted to just see what kind of genius shit they were talking about as far as Aiden's case goes. And of course, it was to be expected. Absolutely nothing worth a shit. Anyways, guys, you guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for hanging out. It means the world to me. It really does. Remember, it only takes a second to stay safe, and being retarded never stopped anybody from being a good neighbor. Unless, of course, you're McAlbert. Guys, I love you. We'll do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out!
Today, being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school, just like their neighbors, and come back to a real home. A supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.